Welcome back to my Minecraft channel. We're back. We're starting a series. This will be fun. So, I am recreating San Francisco. Not one-to-one scale or anything, but I'm recreating it in creative mode with Google Earth as my reference. And I've already built 30 or so buildings, but always room to expand. And, so yeah, we will get into it. This is episode 1. And so far, this is around what I got. This is my main park area. And then we got a few skyscrapers and the Trans-American Pyramid and stuff built. But, so this is the beginning to a big project, a series. And, yeah, so some of the buildings, I think one is inspired by other ones, and then same with the tram and stuff like you see here. But I'm excited to expand, and we're gonna start this off. Alright, so we are starting off here on California Street, and I'm going to start by mapping out the roads here. I have Axiom, by the way, to make it building a little easier. So I'm looking right now on Google Earth in terms of road width and such. California Street is a relatively wide street. So yeah, let's get to it. Thinking 4, then 8, then 11 maybe. Honestly, that might be too small. I might have to go 13, 14. Yes. I feel like this looks about right. Okay. So, I'm going to use the stacking feature. I guess just here. And then, so we're starting out with the famous 555 California Street building. So we're gonna start it right here, as if it's like matching with this sidewalk, right about here. And then since this is a big street, I'm gonna make this 3 wide. Makes more sense. Then build this out, and then I'm going to look real quick. I'm on Google Earth right now. I'm looking at the details here. There isn't a road going through here, so we'll hold off here before we add a thing here. But for this one, we can pull up and start with these things. There we go. So we got our, road crossing things. And so now we're going to start on this. So we know we at least want it 2 back from here. I'm looking at the plaza right now. Ish. Okay, so this is on a slope, actually. Or it starts to get, relatively sloped. So I'm thinking about how we should go about this. Perhaps maybe raising it here when we're off this plaza area would be the best move here. So just to remind myself, I'm going to expand this up like this, and then and then we'll actually add a layer slab so it's more gradual. But so this leads up to Knob Hill, I believe. So we have our plaza area, which going into perspective here looks like pretty interesting. So I'm going to start with what looks like a brownish color. So let's do brown concrete. And this whole thing is basically brown for this building. So we are going to do brown concrete, and it goes into a parking area. So we'll start off by building right here. And then say it's across, so let's give it maybe 5. Small crossing area. And this descends, do this, and then there'll be a slab here, and then this, and then slab here, and then right. And we'll just do this real quick. There we go, that's good enough for now. Just to mark out the area, really. And then I do this, and there's some sort of loading thing right there that shows words on it. Just gonna do this, and then for here, maybe it's just like this, basically. I go up, and this continues up, 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 and there's a wall later on, but we'll get to that in a minute. There's some shrubbery, and basically we're just gonna line this wall up. So let's see, maybe do this, and then bring this out to around here-ish would be, I think, where it would be. And then let's see, and then we bring this down, and this goes behind the wall, which is we'll use jungle for that, just to make it vibrant. So we'll do this, and then whoops, stack, go up, there we go. And then we'll add glass behind some of this. Bring in this floor. There we go. And then we'll add this sort of, I don't know. Do not know how to describe this. That's even. Bam, bam. Up, up. There we go. And then use deep slate for this. Done with that. Bam, bam. Bam, bam. And then dark oak door there for now. There we go. So now we have just kind of an outline of what this might appear to look like. And then, I mean, this goes pretty far in terms of what it looks like. So let's start adding the gradual road here. Thinking what block to use here, and there's a lighter, so maybe stone would probably look best here. Whoops. We will use stone. Sorry about that. Okay, so we're gonna use stone here, and then should probably go along with it with the sidewalks almost, because sidewalks are normally above it, but since we can't really do that here, we will match it with these slabs, just like this, just like so. And then, we'll just do this for now, and figure out a way to go about this soon. But for now, I'm just gonna stack and do this, and then the road is honestly pretty gradual here, so we'll do this and then add. Actually, we'll do one more here, and then add a row of slabs on this side. This looks about right for the road. We don't want it to give it an unrealistic slope, so. And then just gonna do this, and then this. So we're just building up the outline for basically the slope of this California street, very steep street, but it doesn't get as steep yet, quite yet. So now we can start building, I guess, just the rest of this, like almost plaza base ground. So I'm just gonna build this out maybe, and I think this might look about it. good. And then let's see, how might we do this? Just gonna bring this up, and bam, bam. And then this would be slab, and then up. This would be slab, and then up. There we go, this is looking good. That's about, yeah, that looks about right. So now, we can just stack this and then clone this all the way. Bam, and bam. Okay, so now that we got that all figured out, we should figure out how to do this part, which will look around about like this. And I'm just gonna do this. This would be easier, just like that, and then bam, and then up, and then, oh wait, whoops, that's wrong. There you go. And then bam, and then up, and then bam. Okay, and then we can just place these over here. We don't have to worry about that side as much yet, quite yet. So now that we got this, we can stack that to about there, and then keep building it along. But as far as the base goes, this is probably a good starting point to start the build. So I'm just gonna build this out like this, and then I can't see the top of the plaza, but I'm gonna assume there's a wall and there's a floor, obviously. And then this area behind here starts around the mark of where this building is gonna be built. So I'm gonna use smooth stone just for like the ground area, nice and simple, and build it back around here, the plaza. This looks about right. And then we'll worry about actually building the ground layer, which has like glass and stuff. It's a little different from the rest, pretty funky, but we'll just build it up right to about here and then start actually building up this thing. Now for the rest of this project, I decided to do a time lapse to save some time, so we're gonna flip to that now. So this is the building that I just built in my world. This is what it looks like in real life on Google Earth. So I'd say I got it pretty close. So now I would like to end it with these are just some captures of the city at the end, and hope to see this series do good. So peace.